Hey everyone, it's Army Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. As you can see, I have not looked at Chinchilla leaks since October 13th at 5 a.m. So it has been quite a while, almost a whole entire week. So I imagine some of you have already seen this, but for those of you that haven't, for those of you that wait till we get a lot of new information, welcome to a Monster Legends sneak peek video. Let's go over everything. Link in the description if you want to follow along if you have not yet joined Chinchilla Leaks. So like I said, some of this is going to be some old stuff. The Legends Pass, we already know that's out. Oh look, there's a new monster coming out, or a new beast, I should say. Antaeus. I wonder what that's going to be. Relics and Monsterwood, choose your own pathway. Pulses? I think that's the cockroach monster that can freeze. The Dew for the owners. And then we have Tolulight's quest. Get ready to breed a bunch of top monsters, including Tolulight. I think we went over the skill set on that monster. I could be wrong. The multiplayer monster. UV Fusion, she is already out. So the interesting thing about UV Fusion is this skill right here says gives one extra turn to itself. As of right now, it is churn transferring, and it's even called your churn. So we'll see what SP finally decides to keep on it. I don't think they've made an announcement on it yet. Dark Voltic ended up being way more awesome than I thought he was going to be. So check out my exclusive first leg if you haven't seen it yet. Well, look, here we have the monster. Let's go over it just in case I haven't already. So deals low light damage to an enemy, applies Sunburn, applies Taunt to itself, Flash Heroin, heals by 50%, applies Torture Immunity. Torture Immunity is very nice. Deals moderate light damage, applies Sunburn, AoE Sunburn, blocks 50% of incoming damage to itself and immune to controls to itself. That's nice. Deals moderate light damage and vulnerable to all enemy monsters. Deals very heavy light damage, applies vulnerable to one and Sunburn. That's fun because then the Sunburn will even get that vulnerable damage boost. Applies Mega Taunt to itself, blocks out 50% of incoming damage. Ooh, is this going to be our next Mega Taunt monster? It's part of the, the breeding event, right? Yeah, it's a quest monster. Yeah, I think this might be our Status Caster Mega Taunt monster. So let's look at her. Well, let's actually scroll down here. Taiga, Urticus, Pixeline, Galante Jr., Twilight Survival. Okay, let's see. So, assuming it's a Megaton monster, you have a 50% heal Torture Immunity. You have blocking 50% immune to control. You can vulnerable the enemy. You can vulnerable Sunburn. You can 50% block. Okay, interesting. I think I still like Garnixel the best, but potentially, another good one. It doesn't hurt to have many in different elements. Let us scroll down. So, it looks like it's going to be a light monster. Let's see, we have these monsters, their stats are out, their traits are out. Yeah, we know all of that. Alright, the Legends Pass Season 4. Light tank with Mega Taunt, Sunburn, and damage protection skills. Okay, but what is the status caster of the monster? What is the rank 3 status caster? Oh, there it is, Mega Taunt. So yeah, rank 3 you get Mega Taunt, and you also have the Tough trait. Hardened, and then that evolves into a Tough. Okay, again, so let's look at the monster. I don't think I like it as much as Garnixel has evasion, 2 evasion skills, double the max life, a great healing skill, an increased healing, yeah, he's amazing, but this monster, the taunt you won't really need. You're going to be relying on Mega Taunt. You could always summon an enemy spammable. The healing 50, this is good because I don't think the other ones really have a... Well, again, Garnixel has a 30% heal plus life regen. This is immediate heal, and any dots you have on yourself are cleansed away. I wonder what the cooldown is going to be. Imagine if this is like a 1-turn cooldown. Every other turn you're going to be able to heal by 50. Now, it'll probably be like a 2 or 3-turn cooldown, but I think you're definitely going to be running Famous Pose. The AoE Sunburn, maybe. When it comes to Megaton monsters, I always ask myself, what am I going to do on turn 1? You're probably going to reapply Megataunt. So by the time this monster gets a second turn, do you really need a Sunburn, everyone? Probably not. Probably by then, hopefully, one of the enemy monsters are dead. Heroic Pose, I can see this being used, especially to increase your survivability by blocking out 50% of incoming damage. That's basically like doubling your life. Because now, if you only had 100k life, the enemy would have to deal 200k life to kill you if you have the damage protection. So again, it's almost like doubling your life. And you are now immune to control. So if they try to possess you, stun you, freeze you, it is not going to work. And since you're absorbing everything with Megaton, it's useful. Moderate light damage vulnerable to enemies. Maybe, because this one does set up for your other allies. But again, it's like, what are you going to do on the next turn? Do you really need an AoE skill? Probably not. If anything, I think Bomb Jump is for sure. Heavy light damage, vulnerable, and Sunburn. That way you can pick out one enemy monster to target, and you're vulnerabling that monster, you're sunburning that monster, and that way your allies can deal with them. And of course, photograph me, you're going to want the Mega Stun, or the Mega Taunt, 50% damage protection. So I would say you're going to run Photograph Me, you're going to run Famous Pose, those are like 2 must-haves. I would say the single damage Bomb Jump, that's 3 skills. 4th and final skill, up to you, probably the blocking incoming damage. But that's just me, let me know if you agree, disagree with the skill sets. Alright, but very cool. Tolulite, everyone. Quest Monster. Alright, Legends Pass. We saw that. Important announcement for leaks. Let's see. Fan art concept. Okay, so I missed whatever. Oh, so here we have Tolulite. Okay. Again, our Megaton monster. And then we're getting the Earth Beast. So, what is the Earth Beast? At level 3, Quicksand to the enemy monster. And at the start of the battle increases your strength by 4,000. 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000. And then if you get it to level 6, damage protection to Earth and Metal allies. And a small shield to all non-Earth. That's pretty cool. Alright, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get a beast to level 6. We have Firecatcher. I believe this is the Maze Monster. Wait, Firefly. One of these is the Maze Monster. Deals low fire damage, applies random negative status effect to an enemy. Low light damage, applies random positive effect to itself. Applies a random torture status effect to an enemy. Applies a random torture to an enemy. Double torture to an enemy monster. Low fire damage, light weakness. Applies random torture effect. Applies random negative effect to all enemies. Deals moderate light damage, light weakness. Removes negative effects. Cleansing is nice. Deals low fire damage. Removes positive effects from all enemies. Cleansing from the enemy is nice. It deals moderate fire damage. Applies a random weakness and a random torture to all enemies. I don't see myself using this monster much. Too much of like random this, random that. Light weakness, fire weakness. Yeah, I don't think this monster is going to be used much. Initial impressions. Firefly, moderate fire damage, burn. Low light damage, AoE burn and sunburn. Oh, burn and sunburn in one attack. And it is spammable. Look, it doesn't say requires cooldown. So you're going to be able to reapply. Alright, removes negative effects from an ally, True Vision. Deals moderate fire damage, nanovirus, and ignite. Oh, this is a dot dealer for sure. Stun and moderate fire damage and sunburn. All enemies. Wait, what? So single stun. I'm going to single stun someone, and then I'm going to deal fire damage to everyone, and I'm going to sunburn everyone. That's an interesting skill. Deals moderate fire damage, stun. Oh, he's a denier actually. AoE stun. Applies mega stun, nanovirus, and burn. Again, look at that. He's a dot dealer with stunning capabilities, so more of a denier. So you would run the AoE stun, you'd run the mega stun, you'd run the single stun, and you'd probably run, since that's AoE sunburn, you'd probably run the nanovirus to block positive effects. You know, you can block face shield. As cool as burn and sunburn is, it's not really needed when you already have this single stun, sunburn everyone skill. Then again, I also don't like running out the stun skills. I also don't think Firefly is going to be used much. Yeah, the meta just does not really care about deniers. Alright, what do we have? Mermotus. Moderate water damage, drowned. Low dark damage, stamina leak. Stamina leak, 50% stamina back to yourself. Deals moderate water damage, freeze. Ooh, it's been a while since we have had a freeze monster. So moderate water damage, freeze. Dark damage, nightmares. Water, drowned, stamina leak. So this is a stamina draining skill. Deals heavy water damage, mega freeze. So we have single freeze, mega freeze. Applies mega taunt to itself. Wait, what? Are we getting a second mega taunt monster? Wait, what the heck? So we're getting 2 mega taunt monsters? Let me look at this guy again. So, stamina leak, a dot dealer, cryo crawler could freeze. So, a Megaton monster that can mega freeze. I mean, that's cool because then you have utility, right? Not only can they Megaton, they can stop the enemy from attacking. So you would run the mega freeze, you would run the single freeze, and you would run the nightmare, stamina leak, drowned, stamina regen to itself. I wish this was for a teammate. Oh yeah, but you don't have any healing, you don't have any shield, so it's a different kind of Megaton monster. Probably the drown and stamina leak for stamina drain, to be honest. There's so many relics and talents that can recover stamina, but yeah. Dark tank with Megaton status caster and taunt traits. Megaton status caster, yeah, there it is. And taunt trait. Wait, it is like a crowd crawler essentially. Because you have a taunt trait, Megaton status caster, you're gonna be able to partner this monster up with monsters like any dodge area monster, a Slumster, for example. A Dark Voltic, they can be a really good combination, right? a Graxshak. I was gonna say Garnixo. He's a Megaton monster. A Graxshak. Very interesting. Very interesting. Alright, what else do we have? Spooky, scary demons shiver down your spine. Halloween themed monster applies possession to an enemy. Moderate dark blind. Deals moderate dark possession. Resurrects. Ooh, we have a resurrection metro monster. Wanna be my puppet. Resurrects one enemy. Wait. Resurrects one enemy. Not an ally, an enemy. He's probably gonna have an ally resurrection skill. Resurrects an enemy and possession to that enemy. Okay, you better hope the monster res doesn't have like Bulwark or something, because then they get a free res. Resurrects one ally. There it is, with 50% life and life regen to one ally. The only thing I don't like about Revival without immediate turn transfer is that you have no idea how the turn order gets messed up. Deals low dark damage blind. Resurrects one ally with 1% life and double damage to the ally. Okay. You know, with talents and everything, you could synergize it. You can make it work. But again, you don't know how the turn order is going to be messed up. It works the best if you have a Megaton monster, right? Because then you can resurrect someone and your Megaton monster tanks hits. Deals low dark and possession. So we have a denier / resurrection monster. I think he's viable, or she's viable, just for the revival aspects. You know, in wars, you can take risky attacks. You can get hit with a soul drag, a mud body, whatever, and then just res and play it out and get your 3 coins. Alright, let's see. Dark control with possession, blind, and resurrect skills. Fampiroso's friend. Alright, we'll read about that later. Heyman visits Monsterwood. What? While you watch and get lots of resources, you might come across a surprise Heyman. There's a small chance you might get Halloween tickets and even a golden pumpkin. Heyman is officially the most overpowered legendary monster in the game. Vampirostro challenge. Alright, what else do we have? Collector's breeding events. You can get Erebus, Bonnie Bark, Gangster Swords, Bonnie Bark, Alex Bone, Carlo, and El Canine. Let's see, the breeding event. And what is it? Tessa Cooper. This is the Maze monster. What else do we have? Fire Lab Maze. The Fire Lab Maze is here. You'll have a chance to get Firecatcher, who is an area dodge monster. Wow. SP is giving us area dodge monsters for maze events. Last time was Slumster, now it's a fire monster. Harden applies random elemental weakness to all enemies. Okay, so now I need to view, who was it? I need to view Firecatcher from a new lens. But really quickly, limited time, Halloween candy chest. Okay, cool. The Tails challenge. So this Maramota is going to be the Tails monster. So you definitely want to start saving your gems. I'm telling you now, start saving your gems. By the way, for the Tails monsters, for around 2,000 gems, you can get the monster at rank 5. Alright, 2,300 gems I think is the actual cost, and you can get this monster at rank 5. You can have a rank 5 Megaton monster, so just keep that in mind. It requires you getting as many siege jewels as possible, and you need to get the 4th key. But yeah, we have Taunt, Abomination, and Statuscaster Megataunt. Cryo Crawler, essentially. I'm not a huge fan of the skill set, other than the freezing, the Mega Freezing, and Freezing, but, I mean, Taunt Megataunt is great, especially with all these area dodge monsters we're getting. But Firecatcher, that's the monster I wasn't too impressed with, but now that we have area dodge, it changes everything. So I just have to find it now. Alright, Firecatcher deals low fire damage, random negative status effect to an enemy, low light damage, random positive effect to itself. We're talking triple damage, double damage, damage boost. And I mean, there's a lot, right? But that's what you want. Applies a random torture status effect to an enemy, random torture. This doesn't deal any damage, so not liking it if you're going to be an attacker. Deals low fire damage, applies light weakness. Applies a random torture effect to an enemy, applies a random negative effect to all enemies. Okay, so it's still dots, not much damage. Deals moderate light damage, light weakness, and removes negative effects from all allies. I do like that skill a lot because you're dealing a little bit of damage, but you are setting up and cleansing from your team. Moderate fire damage removes positive effects from all enemies and fire weakness to enemies. So again, you're setting up for a fire attack and you remove positive effects from the enemy. Moderate fire damage applies a random elemental weakness and applies a random torture. Okay, so overall, you're a dodge area monster. I'm still not a big fan of the monster. I think the obvious skill set is you're going to do Flaming Mark to deal the fire weakness and cleanse, and then you're going to follow up with a moderate fire damage. You're going to land some random elemental weakness. I mean, ideally you're hoping for a light, since the next attack you have is a light-based attack. I think you would run these 3 skills. right? You want to be able to cleanse from your team. You want to be able to remove positive effects from the enemy team. You want to random torture to the enemy. And then for your other skill, random torture, random negative, no. Low fire damage, light weakness, no. Random torture, no. Deal applies random I'm not really feeling the skill set. Yes, you have dodge area, but I'm not feeling the skill set. I don't know, guys. You let me know what you think about it. SP is very interesting. They're giving us a dodge area monster. They're giving us 2 Megaton monsters. That is the first, I think. Actually, no. Mouseron and Ollie Fanatic came out. So we had paywall and we had free to play. But this is what? A Tails monster. So 150 gems to get it. Again, like around 2,300 to get a rank 5. And then breeding events. So very interesting, guys. Let me know what you think about all the monsters coming up. The Megaton monsters, the dodge area monsters. There's quite a bit. So any thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much. And remember to subscribe.